So Christmas is amongst us, and I'm all about giving. I'm sure that's a Thanksgiving pun, but my gift to you will be the art of buying the perfect gift. Now, before we get into this, I would like to brag that I have yet to come across anyone that hasn't just really appreciate the gift that I gave them. It is what it is, right? It's At first I thought it was a mistake. At first I thought I was lucky, but then I realized it was a method to my madness. It was a thought process. It was a routine that I did to come up with the perfect gifts. And I figured, what better time to share that than what are we? A couple of weeks away from Christmas. Now, disclaimer, I am at the point now where I don't really need gifts. One, because I lucky enough, blessed enough to be able to buy things that I would want or need year round. The other thing is that the things that I want these days are very pricey. So, you know, I've kind of conquered all the affordable things. So I don't want to put that pressure on anybody. And then finally, I'm just enjoying holidays now. I don't really, I'm all about just getting together, the experience, going places, going to parades, making gingerbread houses, going out to events. I even realized that, we hate the whole rush, the traffic and how packed the stores are and all that, but that's nostalgia with Christmas. It's like a chill Christmas isn't nostalgia. That's just another day. You know what I'm saying? Like, you almost appreciate the good with the bad. Like, I hate that when I go into a store now, it's probably lines, but just hearing all that commotion and hearing the stores playing the music, and it gives me that feeling. So I'm all about just the experience, but I still have this technique that I think works for giving gifts. And again, the formula, I like to make my thought process sound way more complicated than they could be. The formula I came up with, I wrote it down actually. Let me see. I don't want to mess this up. I have a bad habit. Like, I make notes, and then when I start the show, I kind of just do my thing, and I want to stick to the note. The formula that I wrote down was, yes, combining necessity with luxury. You want to get a gift, if possible. It's not always possible, but most of the time it is if you look real hard. Something that is a necessity to someone that is also a luxury. And I'll break down why this works. See, normally when it comes to giving gifts, either you're giving something you think you would like, or you're giving them something you think they would like. It has nothing to do with who they are and what they actually have interest in. It's just like, 55 inch, we're in 2022, 75-inch television, $199 here. Like, that's a great gift, but I don't need a TV. I don't even watch TV. But it's awesome, right? It's a good gift. I would want that. If somebody bought me a 75-inch TV, I would want it, right? I got you, 2 vouchers to a massage spot to get a massage. That sounds great, right? Some people might not like to be random hands on them, or, being in a public space, and they don't find comfort in laying in a public space to get a massage. You might should have went and did the in-home where they come to their house. You get what I'm saying? So it's combining a necessity with a luxury. So what I do is, for people that I used to buy gifts for, or who I'm currently buying gifts for, is I think about something that they want, that they need, they talk about, right? And for instance, let's say if they're crafting, you go into the world, it's like, this machine from research says that this would make this process better. This person is always complaining about this process or whatever. So this is a necessity. And it's also a luxury because it's real nice, and it does a whole bunch of other things that you would normally manually have to do. That would be the Cricut that I bought for my wife years ago, or Cricut. I don't know how you pronounce it, but I call it Cricut. I bought this for almost 8 years ago, and she never mentioned it to me. And I'm not big in the craft world, so it wasn't just showing up on my timeline or anything. I just remember just Googling crafting. And then I want to say that showed up, and I saw what it did, and then I understood what she did, and I was like, this is a perfect gift. And till this day, she still uses that same one. She's made our wedding invitations, birthday invitations. She's made anything you can think of, sticker, you name it, she's done it off that thing. One of the best gifts I think I've ever purchased, right? If for me, for example, like in what I'm doing, what I would want is a lens. Anybody who's in the camera game or business knows that the glass is not cheap. But if someone was to purchase a lens compared to, oh, I got you a camera bag. Oh, thank you. I don't shoot. Camera bags are for people that, shoot music videos, always on the go, doing photography. I'm more stationary. So while this bag is nice and expensive, it really wasn't a necessity for me, but it was a luxury. So you see, we missed on that, right? Hint, hint. But if you know someone, I'm trying to give examples. If someone's into a sports team, a jersey is always the way to go. Tickets, obviously, to the game is a way. I guess that's what we'll do. We'll do scenarios. So let's say a woman, you're trying to figure out a gift to give to a husband, side dude, work husband, or, all of the above, right? Or you're in a healthy relationship. For us, I mean, of course, you have sports, right? So if all else fails, if you have a guy that loves sports, I would go into that space first, whether it's baseball, football, basketball, right? So you already got a base. Once you go into that sport, ideally you would think, oh, let me buy a jersey, who is his favorite player, right? But if you want to take a little step further, it might cost you a little extra money. Maybe you get him a jersey with his name on it and maybe a number that he wore in his high school, right? Let's say if he was number 18. So you get him a Padre jersey with his last name on it, number 18. I think that would hit a little bit more. I think that will go a little bit more. Tickets to the game, I'm iffy on that only because, I mean, if a person never been ever in life, then sure, tickets are always slam dunk. But once you've gone to a couple of games, or if you've gone before and you've been through these things, it's kind of, you get jaded a little bit. Like, if you ain't gonna, if it's my own money, I'm gonna be responsible, maybe. But if somebody gonna gift it to me, like, put me behind a plate, put me close, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, you can get those as well, but then that gift is dependent on who's going to that game, who's playing, if you sit next to some weirdos, if it's not the team that everybody, you know what I'm saying? So it's a lot that you're trying to predict. But I think a custom name with a jersey would be right on. Or if they drink, cool little thing, I got a Memphis Grizzly bottle opener, something very small off Amazon, but it's like, hey, not only do I have a bottle opener, it's my favorite team. So you can go that route where you can just get them a whole bunch of stuff, license plate cover, decals for the car, phone cases, just little things, hoodies, shirts, gear. So that's one way to go for the sports. What else for the men? Of course, the smell goods, but I feel like it's the same rule applies to women. And that's actually, I didn't write this down, but that's a good point. So some of the things I would not gift, right? And so many things are known and so many things aren't. You never give men to women, I will say. You never want to give clothes. If you didn't know this, now you know. Do not, if you are a young man or older man trying to figure out a gift for your lady, your side chick, or your work wife, you never want to get clothes because if you overshoot it, you're saying that you thought she could fit that. And if you undersell it, then you're making her feel bigger than what she is, right? Never do that. If you feel like you want them to shop at a certain place, give them a gift card. Then they can do their own thing. Same with perfume. Unless this said person uses a specific model and you just want to buy a refill or a bigger bottle, don't go with the scents because scents are like candles. Some people love during the fall season cinnamon candles and cinnamon and apple. I hate that shit, right? So you might smell something and think, oh, this is great. And then she sprays it and it's the worst thing ever, right? So you don't want to deal with that. So you don't want to get scents. You don't want to get clothes. Don't be a weirdo getting lingerie either. I see a lot of dudes, like I be up in Victoria's Secret, but that's because I'm finna tell you another great gift. The reason why I be in Victoria's Secret is because those nice pajamas. And now don't get me wrong. They have pajamas for all your budgets. I started off buying the cotton ones, the cheap ones, and I've graduated to those nice silk, I don't know if they're silk, but those nice soft ones. Pajamas are a good gift if you buy nice ones. Don't go get no damn SpongeBob all cotton from JCPenney or nothing like that. But pajamas are a great gift to give for all ages, women, your mothers, all figures. You could give pajamas. Women love pajamas. But yeah, man, don't be in there. It never fails. There's a guy in there buying lingerie and some panties. It's just like, bro, like the only way you can do that right is to be with the person you're with. And then they're showing it, and then y'all come to the agreements. Because at the end of the day, even though we want our women in sexy things, they got to be comfortable. It has to be something that they're willing to wear. And then you just look like a creep too. Even if you're not a creep, it just looks creepy. Like a man in there by himself looking at panties, and it's just weird. Don't do that. Do not do that. Do not buy lingerie. Do not do any of that. Again, get a gift card. You want her to go to Victoria's Secret? You're trying to hint. Get her a gift card to Victoria's Secret, and then go with her, and then maybe y'all can pick some stuff out. But yes, pajamas is a great gift, men to women, especially if you're not, if this is your first Christmas with someone, or maybe you don't want to spend too much money because you don't want to put pressure on them, and then you don't want to come with something cheap. A nice set of pajamas. I think I paid like $60-$70 for them, which you might say that's pricey, but hey, a one-time gift, and she loves it. It was a great color. She wears it all the time. Pajamas are a good way to go. I would get that for women. Same thing with shoes. Again, if she's a shoe person and, like the sneaker people, maybe you can get a specific sneaker, but I wouldn't recommend shoes. What does that leave you, right? Let's see. Pajamas, gift cards, Starbucks, Target, those type of stores, Hobby Lobby. Can't go wrong with those stores. Trust me. Yeah. But back to my point. Went off on a tangent. When you're thinking of a gift, this is what I do. Try to find something that is a necessity to them. So in the case of the pajamas, she needed pajamas. She had a bunch of old ones. She was throwing them away. And they were luxury. Spent a little bit extra money on them. Perfect gift. So think about that person. You know what I'm saying? You could try to hint, question. It gets a little obvious around this time. You're supposed to be doing your research at the beginning of the year. But think about that person, who it is, mother, father, uncle, cousin, whatever, and think about something they need. Because me personally, I always go with what people need first, because the wants change like the seasons. 1 minute they want this, next year they're gonna want this, next year. If you go spend a lot of money on a want, that you're gonna be very disappointed in 6 months to a year. But if you go spend some on a need, right? Now, what's an extreme need? A book. You don't want to go get a book. Right? What's it, here goes an oil change package or something, right? Like that's extreme need. But if you find that middle of a necessity plus a luxury, not only will it be great because it's luxury, but because it's a necessity, it's going to last forever. They're going to always want it because it was needed. So think about that when you're gift giving. Don't give something that they want. I know that sounds crazy, right? And if you're in a situation where maybe it's not as specific, maybe it's not easy, that's probably why you're listening to me, because you're like, hey, I have no hints, I have no type of guide, then listen to the wants, but then try to find something that would last the test of time, right? So I'll use myself as an example. If I want a lens, let's say you knew nothing about me, you just knew I made content, you're looking at everything, it looks like he has everything, right? But he wants a lens. Then try to understand which lens and why. Maybe, ask questions or do a little bit of research on what makes a great lens, or because usually when you're shopping lenses, this is funny because I feel like if my family listen to this, I'm telling them how to shop for me, but they'll tell you the type of person and what type of lens is needed. Like, if you're doing animal photography and you're going to need telescopic, you need someone with a zoom. If you're doing portraits, this person does portraits, headshots only, you might get someone with more zoom. It'll tell you based on the person you're shopping for what they need. So you can go that route instead of just going and buying some expensive lens, which I hope nobody would do because that stuff is expensive. But at the end of the day too, back to what I said at the beginning, to me personally, and I only can speak for myself because I'm at this point in my life, so I'm not going to make a blanket statement. It's not really about the gifts. It's just not. But I'm saying that where I am now. I was 22, 25, 27, where it was. I mean, it didn't drive me, but yeah, I was out there, paycheck, with a list, going to here. Ooh, I did my shopping, went to Target. Oh, stressing out. Oh my God, I can't find it. Driving 20 miles here. 30. I did it. So I'm not going to sit here and act like I just been above gift giving. But after a while, you kind of just don't care. And not in a negative way, like forget it. It's just like, it's more that feeling that you miss. Anybody that's at my age, that nostalgic feeling, that feeling of Christmas that you feel like may not be around or that you feel like is missing. We think it's the gift giving, and it's not. It's everything else but the gift giving. It's being around it, seeing it, smelling it, hearing it, being in it, in the middle of it, of the Christmas spirit, as they say. That's what you're really looking for. The gifts is the gifts. And, I hate putting pressure on people like that. I hate, even when I hear people out there, oh my God, we got it. You don't have to do anything. There's that option too. Now, depending on who that person is or that y'all relationship, I don't know how that's going to work for you, but do not feel pressure to buy anything. You don't have to. Just get together with your family and have a good time. That's really what it's about. But yes, I hope that helped. For those who are out there shopping, I feel like that technique has worked for me. I have people tell me all the time years after, oh, it's my gift. It's still amazing, my gift. So, I feel like I'm in position to give this advice. So, anywho, I think that's it. Nothing crazy happened. Diddy had a new kid. They just dropped the name, 28-year-old Asian chick. What are you gonna do, right? Yeah. Thank you for listening. Oh, I almost knocked my Christmas tree off. Gotta put some lights on that thing. Thank you guys for listening to another episode of Who Got the Aux Podcast. WhoGotTheAux.com. Full episodes. Who Got the Aux, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook. Who Got the Aux _ Twitter. Subscribe, follow. I thank everybody that subscribed, and I thank everybody that follows, listen, comments, disagree, agrees. It's all about conversation. Had a lot of back and forth on that Brittany Griner situation. That's what it's about. Not here to say who's right or wrong. I'm not here to debate. I just like to have conversation. You guys are my people I have conversation with. I make a video, I throw it out, we talk about it, I move on. It don't stick with me that long. So I will see y'all at the next one. I appreciate y'all. Peace out. I didn't want to do that. Damn it. Gotta figure out an outro. If anybody got a cool outros, let me know. Out of here.